Hello guys, okay, this is my Volcanic burn deck that I'm running at the moment. These are my monsters, there are 24 of them. I have 3 volcanic rockets, great little cards, 1/9 attack for 4, but second effect gets me a blaze accelerator, which this deck is built around getting me those out, brilliant. 3 volcanic scatter shots. Use this with your blaze accelerator, blow up your opponent's monster, and if you search the deck out for the other 2, you can deal them 1/5 and blow up all your opponent's monsters. Volcanic blaster, great little card. Basically, use these whenever I need to get out my volcanic rocket so that I can get out my blaze accelerator. Soulfire dragons. At the end of your turn, you deal 500 damage to your opponent. If there is another pyro monster on the field, Soulfire cannot be declared as an attack. That monster must be killed first. So if you have 2 of these on the field, you pin the field and your opponent can't attack either. Great for burn. Again, some UFO turtles. Get me out my volcanic rocket so I can get my blaze accelerator. Volcanic shells for using with my blaze accelerator so I can kill opponent's monsters again. Doomfire. These are just wrong. 3000 attack, lots of stars, but that's not the point. You sacrifice 1 blaze accelerator and 1 tri-blaze accelerator, and you can put 1 of these into play. Most of the time I don't do that. Most of the time I destroy it by using a magic I'll show you later to deal my opponent 1/5, which is quite a lot of damage to deal on 1 turn. Volcanic counters, these are great when you use them with the blaze center. Destroy your opponent's monster with your blaze accelerator using discarding 1 of these. It means when your opponent attacks you, if these are in your graveyard, it counters, which means when they attack you, they take the same amount of damage that it dealt to you. Great for the end of the game where your opponent's on little life. They can either choose to attack you. They won't choose to attack you because these are in the graveyard. If they do, they die. Nice little card. Comes into play. It's a 4-star, 1000 attack. Sacrifice it, deal your opponent 1000 damage. I usually pop that into play and then destroy it straight away to deal a quick 1000. This card's in here just for a big attacker, 2/2. When you have a pyro on the field, you can sacrifice it to special summon this. It's pretty cool. If I need a big creature to take out a creature that I can't destroy. This card enables me to mill back 3 of my pyros into my graveyard, from my graveyard into my deck. I think that's what it does. Sorry, 4 pyro monsters from my graveyard into my deck, which when I've got my volcanic scatters or shells, this guy comes in very handy to get them back to my deck so I can blow up more creatures. This guy, when all my creatures are in my graveyard, which pretty much most of them will be, like volcanic scatters and shells and counters, I can either do his effect, which deals 200 damage for each of them, which I could do 1000 plus damage each time, usually, or he's a big creature for 1 tribute, attack 2/4, it's not bad. Okay, now we're on to the spells. I've got 3 blaze accelerate, obviously, to blow up opponent's monsters, you need 3 of them. 2 tri-blaze accelerators, either to use with the blaze accelerator, so when I blow up monsters they do an extra 500, or to tribute to get out my Doomfire. Very useful. Wave motion cannon, each turn it's on the field, it deals 1000 damage to your opponent when you sacrifice it. Great, usually deal 1000, 2000 with these. Here you go, Soulfire. Search your deck for a creature and deal half their attack to your opponent's life points. This is what I used to sacrifice Doomfire with. The opponent does get to draw a card, but they still take 1/5, so it's well worth it. For Avarice, when I've got lots of monsters in my graveyard, obviously, you know what that does, put it back to my hand. Sorry, deck, draw 2. This, if my opponent has more life points than me, deal them 1,000. Pretty much useful, pretty useful. Most of the time I can use that. Sword of Revealing Light, standard card. MST, again, standard card. Secret Barrel, great when your opponents start the game. If I can get it on the start of the game, I can deal them a lot of damage. Deals them 200 for each card in their hand and in play. Lovely little card. This card, pay 500 on my upkeep or the start of the turn. Sacrifice a monster from my graveyard if someone attacks, and it counters it. Counters their attack. 2 of them. Trench Tribute, standard. Demolition Wall, opponent takes the damage that is afflicted to my life points, so whatever goes over the creature. Bottomless Trap Hole, Magic Cylinders, very useful. This card here, if I've got a big creature on the field and it's going to be destroyed, counter this, blow it up instead. They take the damage equal to the attack of my creature. For each creature I have that dies, for each pyro that I have that dies, the opponent takes 500 damage when it hits the graveyard. Lovely. And then Caller Haunted, and that's it. That was my Volcanic Pyro deck. Tell me what you think, guys. If you think it's could do improvement, tell me how. And yeah, cheers.